If you say so.
I mean, even if you say so, but that's the reason why so much stigma around it, right? Because we don't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about mental health, people consider it a weakness, right? So first and foremost, mental health is for everyone. So mental health, mental wellness is our overall mental state of well-being. But when we talk about mental illness, that's a separate entity, and that's where it's oftentimes confused, right? People are like, oh, you talk about your emotions, mental health, you crazy, retarded. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of shit going on. Like, don't nobody want to talk about that. Like you said, we don't talk about emotions, but we need to have those conversations so that we can normalize it, right? So that people who do suffer from mental illnesses, that they're understood more, that they're more likely to get the help that they need. And then we could probably operate a little bit better, you know, as a society and as a culture, right?
Yo, we going big air horns no matter what. You already know, episode 132, Well Set Podcast. Your boy Rich is here. We got a very, very special episode. This is Black Men's Health Month. We doing a mental health special. You know what I'm saying? I got my brother with me.
You know, I'm here. I'm on a check-in, mental health, energy, all of that.
I love it.
We got a special guest with us. Special guest, introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. I'm Edwina. I'm a wellness ambassador and founder of How in the Health, which is a wellness platform that promotes everything health and wellness.
Okay. That sounds good and wavy. So, all right, so you hit me up. You was like, yo, do y'all ever discuss your emotions on your podcast? I was like, what? we don't talk about no emotions, fam. What you talking about? We hard body over here now playing. So I was like, you know what? She's like, would you consider it as Black Men's Month? I'm like, you know what? Why not? Let's step outside our comfort zone.
Yeah.
Try something different. You know what I'm saying? And talk about mental health and Black men's emotions and all that.
Absolutely. So, as a society, as a culture, we don't talk about it, right? It's so much stigma centered around mental health. But this month, June being Men's Health Month, and one of the things that I do through my platform is promote health and wellness totality, right? So all encompassing when we talk about physical health, diet and nutrition, financial health, social wellness, not just what people think is health all about, right?
Yes.
So on this platform today, I wanted to promote it from a mental health aspect, but also to encourage men to talk about their emotions because it's okay to talk about it, right?
If you say so.
I mean, even if you say so, but that's the reason why so much stigma around it, right? Because we don't talk about it, right?
Yeah.
When we talk about mental health, people consider it a weakness, right? So first and foremost, mental health is for everyone. So mental health, mental wellness is our overall mental state of well-being. But when we talk about mental illness, that's a separate entity, and that's where it's oftentimes confused, right? People are like, oh, you talk about your emotions, mental health, you crazy, retarded. You know what I'm saying? You got a lot of shit going on. Like, don't nobody want to talk about that. Like you said, we don't talk about emotions, but we need to have those conversations so that we can normalize it, right? So that people who do suffer from mental illnesses, that they're understood more, that they're more likely to get the help that they need. And then we could probably operate a little bit better, you know, as a society and as a culture, right? If you think about your experiences and relationships, it's probably you're probably like, this bitch crazy, right? Or this nigga is wilding, right? That type of thing. And it all stems from our mental well-being. So a lot of issues are imposed in our childhood. People don't talk about it. Like they just grind. You know what I'm saying? I've been one of them. I'm gonna focus on the money. You know, fuck niggas, I'm gonna focus on the money, right? You know, bros before hoes type situation, right? That's what we do. We drown it with alcohol, drugs, all these type of things. We don't talk about it. So that's the reason why we need to start having the conversations, make it comfortable in every setting, because everybody's not going to be, oh, how are you doing today? Let's discuss our mental health. We can have like a real chill session like this and still talk about it and make it normal. So that's essentially what I'm pushing for. And when I push through my platform, I met you out and about, you know what I'm saying, in the club. So like when people see me, they're like, they wouldn't think that's the conversation that she's going to have, right? You got this attractive woman who's sitting up here twerking all this great stuff, but then you sit down and the bitch will around it, and we can still have the conversation. Very much so educated and knowledgeable on the topic because it needs to be discussed within our community.
True indeed.
So
what do you anything to say about this?
I mean, me personally, I'm all for like promoting proper men's mental health. Like I've talked to a therapist before.
Yay! Let's take a minute to
I've promoted that. Like, yo, you should go talk to a therapist. You know what I'm saying? It just help you navigate like life's obstacles. You know what I'm saying? It lets you put like a mirror up and get a super objective perspective, you know what I'm saying, on things that, you know, even though when you talk to your friends, it still might be like a biased like dialogue in terms of like them helping you or them trying to help you navigate a relationship or whatever it is that you're going through, because you know they're gonna always be on your side. But for me, talking to the therapist was good because you getting like a 100% neutral, you know what I'm saying, person who could kind of understand and give his advice. And I've had both. Like I had a black woman at first, but with the black woman it was kind of like, you know, it was just some things she just probably couldn't relate to because I'm a man. So then I went to a black man.
Yeah.
And it was sturdy. So, you know what I mean? I never was afraid to act like, yo, talking to a therapist was weird, because my homie had recommended, like, yo, you should talk to a therapist, see what it's like. So I tried it, went a few times, it was alright. You know what I mean? So
I love that. Yay!
yeah,
Why
no.
didn't you tell me that for you?
I would implore anybody, if you feel like, you know what I'm saying, you down, depressed, just, you know, talk to somebody. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Just get it out.
And you don't even have to see a therapist if you're going through anything. For most of us, I see my therapist when I'm going through something, but it could be a maintenance tool. You know, white people do it all the time. Oh, talk about their therapy sessions. They don't have to have shit going on. They just go because it's maintenance. The same way you go to the dentist or you go to your primary care physician for maintenance, same way you go to your therapist. And there are a lot of resources that are available. One of the barriers for people not going, especially in our community, for not going to see a therapist is the cost, right? There's
That's
a
one of
cost
the reasons why I kind of
right?
fell back like that. It
Because
shit
it's
added up.
expensive
Dude.
as fuck,
Like,
right?
I'm gonna give you at least $150.
Right.
Feel like I got what I needed to get.
You know, you get what you get and you keep it moving. But there are so many resources that are available for free. You know, if you're in corporate, there are so many resources available through your employer. The reality of it is in America alone, like about 13% of people identify as Black or African American, right? And of those 13.5%, 16% of those people, they identify with a mental illness, right? And they report that. That's just reported. Imagine the people who are go undiagnosed or don't report it. Like, it's so many people across the board who are suffering. Like, that's 7 million fucking people.
I'll even add to that. You know, for me, I think for obviously really everything starts with the youth. You know what I'm saying? So
agreed.
As far as like helping people navigate their mental health, like we got to start at a younger age. You know what I'm saying? And it don't necessarily got to just be like therapists for every kid. Like, you know, they got Big Brother programs. Just putting older, you know, people in position to talk to kids to help them. You know what I'm saying? Navigate different problems. You know what I mean? Like, you could probably like I remember I had a big brother, and it'd be sometimes like I felt like when I would talk to him, I don't know, I just felt more comfortable as you talk to your moms. You know what I mean? Whatever, you know what I'm saying? Whatever it is we would talk about. So I think it's just we gotta get more back to the grassroots, you know what I mean, and start with the youth and making sure like they got somebody that they can talk to, that they can vent to. Cause you know, a lot of the problems start at home. So, you know, if you drag going home or it's a lack of resources, or, you know, maybe mama love always working, your pop's not there, who you really talking to outside of your homies, you know what I'm saying, that's your age, and they can only do but so much or give you but so much guidance. So I definitely feel like, you know, one of the solutions to having mental health not being so taboo in the Black community is by, you know, setting up some of these programs or just encouraging the youth to, you know, be a part of, you know, after school or Big Brothers, whatever the case may be, where they can talk to older men, to help older people in general, just to help them navigate whatever they're going through.
Right.
So, you know what I mean?
You hit the nail on the head. That's exactly it. And then we've gotten away from actually wanting to help, right?
Yeah.
Like, we have to reach them where they are. Talked about this on another podcast, or maybe it was my recording or whatever. But you got to meet them where they are. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
Like, for me, if I go talk to youth, they love designer shit, right? So I pull out the designer stuff. You know what I'm saying? So they
gotta see that. They
Miss
wanna see that.
Miss Edwina, because they want to see that. And it's
They
like,
do.
boom, I got them. Now let's have the conversation. Because then they like, because you come in and they're like, oh, she can't relate to me. Like, what the fuck is she gonna talk about, right? But then it's like, no, she definitely understands where I'm coming from, right? Because I serve as a mentor for a lot of kids. But it's like, she understands. She knows what my home life looked like, because that's what her home life looked like. You have a lot of older adults who they're just stuck in their ways and they don't want to have the conversation. They're like, what you talking about? Like, what's the meme? Like, go depress them damn dishes. Like, right? So like, the reality of it is our youth go through a lot. You know what I'm saying? And they feel like they aren't heard. They feel like they're not understood. they start getting help from each other, and that's fucking crazy. But like, we have to be able to reach them where they are. And like you said, it starts with the youth. It starts at home. Everybody doesn't have these conversations, especially in poverty areas. That's where a lot of it goes undiagnosed, unreported. And people always gonna like stay at that level. My friend talked about me all the time because I was always trying to help people out, right? Like, pull up on the side of the road, help people out. Like, that's
wow.
right. Like, oh, right. That's exactly what they say. You wildin', but it's because I see myself in them, right? That used to be me. Like, that used to be my family, right? Type of situation. Whereas like, we don't have an advantage. We don't come from money, but for me, like, my mom, she still has that same mentality, right? I've done a lot of dope shit. I've done a lot of amazing stuff. I'm very successful. My mom would never understand what that looks like because of the mindset. So that's why you pull back and you bring those people with you. And everybody does it differently. You don't have to pull up on the side of the road, but it's a simple, through this podcast. Yeah. Hey, yo, we want to, we want to sponsor youth here or there to do this, take them on a trip somewhere, something like that. But it all goes back to your mental health, because at the end of the day, that's what's going to keep you going. Like, aside from all the success, the fame, whatever the case may be, at the end of the day, if you're not mentally sound, you're not going to be stable. So when you do things like go to therapy, that helps you improve overall. And as a culture, that's what we need to do. A lot of issues within the Black community stems from mental health issues.
Now, let me ask you this though, as someone who's an advocate, what does good mental health look like to you?
Someone who is well aware, right? That self-awareness. When you said take that mirror, look up in that mirror and kind of just work on yourself, that's what that looks like. When it comes to mental illnesses, if you are diagnosed, you're fully aware of managing those mental illness, right? As someone who suffers from mental illness, it hits very close to home. I've gone through many stages of what that looks like, and self-awareness to be able to say, you know what, I fucked up. That's me. I got some shit I need to work on. I am projecting, I'm taking my trauma and putting it in this situation. That's what good mental health looks like. Stability and balance. Okay.
So what would you advise for, like, we talked about the youth, for like adults who might be going through a crisis or something, like, what type of solutions would you give? Like, we talked about therapy. What else is there? Because everybody can't afford that.
Everybody can't afford therapy. There are lots of resources that therapy can be afforded to a lot of people. Okay. Even if you don't have the financial means, right? If you go to my page, I give you a shitload of resources.
Tell them your page again, just in case.
How in the Health. Okay. On Instagram, How in the Health _.
There we go.
On Facebook, How in the Health, and the website is under construction. But there are tons of resources available on my page. That I always put out. Like, that's a major focus for me. But you just have to be able to go beyond I'm just going to call a therapist, right? There are certain organizations, like we have locally Counseling Brothers of Atlanta. We have, the Shantia Alexander Foundation, all these organizations that I work with that help to push out these resources. Mm-hmm. I know a bunch of therapists, they give away sessions. But aside from therapy, if therapy is not your thing, because therapy is not for everybody, right? Mm-hmm. While we push for it, it's not for everything. There are free 1-800 numbers that you can call, but also just working on yourself and figuring out what works for you, right? So if say for instance, being around a certain people is going to trigger you and send you down a dark path, stay away from that person. If you absolutely can avoid that person or situation, then make sure that you are mentally aware. And when you're going down, to call that friend, right? As you said, friends are going to be biased, but call that friend or that family member. For me, it's vacations. I like to fucking travel, right?
Oh, we all.
I like to travel. And one thing that I do is, like, for people like, okay, traveling is expensive, then get your weight up. Like, work fucking harder so that you can afford to travel. Like, don't make excuses. Like, we're all given the same 24 hours, right? You know what I'm saying? Or sometimes I travel at expense.
There's a cheap way to travel if you plan your shit. You can figure it out.
Yeah, you can figure it out.
It's not.
It's not
so expensive that you just can't go on a trip.
Right.
It's not just like, oh my. There's so many little small beach towns and shit. Like, you can make something out of nothing, fam.
You can make something out of nothing.
Get in the car, drive to a couple hours away.
Skip lag.
There you go. Skip lag.
You get a $40 flight if it's that deep. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. Like, they got nasty little hotel room you can get just to be by the beach.
There we
You
go.
feel me?
Tap in with your local half-off flight guy.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, like it's so many, but this is real.
The vacation don't gotta be 5-star. Just get
You
there.
don't have to
Just
get to stay at the
Get
Ritz,
by the
bro.
water and chill the fuck out
chill
for a day or
out.
two.
That part,
You be alright.
chill out by the water, and that's the thing for me. I love being by the water. It don't have to be a 5-star experience, right? I say this hypocritically, right? And that's just based on my experience. But you know what I'm saying? There are so many ways that you can like tap into what really liberates your soul, right? If that means going out to hang out with your friends at brunch, you know, hanging out with the homies, doing puzzles, whatever, time with your kids. My kids are my lifesaver, right? Mm-hmm. Like I legit am here because of my children, right? So if I feel I'm getting low, I'm gonna hone in on making sure I spend extra time with my kids, making sure that they're present, making sure they're well taken care of, all these great things, you know, being mommy, right? So whatever works for you, do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't let anybody get in the way of that, and don't let nobody make fun of you because that's what you choose to do.
I'll piggyback on that too, and something I heard that I feel like it kind of stuck with me that can help too is this, you know, making yourself useful. And that don't necessarily mean like that could just be anything, just having a routine, you know what I'm saying? A routine that you know is like that's useful to somebody, whether it could be like taking your dogs out every day or whatever the case may be, just making yourself useful to the point where like you'll always have some type of production going on, and that could keep your mind off, you know, whatever negative things you're going through.
I mean, having a
purpose,
having something to do, like, you know what I mean? Something you're going towards every day, that would help.
Yeah, that absolutely helps.
No,
for
absolutely.
sure.
And create routines.
Yeah.
I struggle with that, creating routines and prioritizing. So, you know, declutter your home. That helps with your mental health as well. But I mean, there's a lot of things that you can do. And I try to push that through, you know, my platform. And I get a lot of feedback. I focus a lot on mothers because I'm a mother, but I focus a lot lately on men because men don't get enough credit, right? Like, especially Black men. Like, the world is so fucking heavy and the weight on their shoulders is like times 10 for them. So it's like we set these standards for Black men to do this and do that. You know, I'm guilty of it. Like, oh, this is what you should be doing to protect, provide, and blah, blah, whatever. But literally, I don't know what it's like to wake up to be a Black man, but I know it's fucking hard, right? So like my focus is a lot on Black men because I want them to feel empowered, encouraged, uplifting, you know, and it doesn't always look like it's that way, but that is like the goal. Like it's easy for me to, you know, do some, I guess what you can call posts that are thirst trapping or whatever, but it brings people to the inbox to have a conversation about their mental health, right?
Yeah,
it's like
you gotta get them how you get them.
You know,
you gotta wheel them in sometimes.
You know, you gotta wheel them in, but that's how you do it, right? Like if I'm gonna come to an event, I'm not gonna come in sweats. I'm gonna come in a shirt with my boobs out because I know that's gonna bring them.
Imagine that you try to bad the joint, she's suspended around for talking about therapy. Like, oh,
no, like
what's going on?
But it works, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I ain't interested in you that way, but I got a therapist for you, right? You know what I'm saying? Again, this is reaching people.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. If I try to holler at a joint, she send a therapist at me. Things like, oh, you got jokes, like,
you know, like, you know what I'm saying? But because men do it too, like, they're not stupid. They know, like, that's what I'm into. So
they might come in like, yo, let me,
what's
up, mental health?
I need to talk to somebody.
Are you
the lady? Like, let me talk to the lady. Like,
are you the lady?
Right? Are you the lady?
You know,
I've been going through this, and I was wondering if it's been tried, but I don't take offense to it because I feel like this is an avenue in which I can help, you know, empower Black men and then draw in other men. That's why I collaborate with guys all the time because y'all can talk to each other, right? Mm-hmm. So if you get somebody like Free who has been to therapy and, you know what I'm saying, is an advocate in unknowingly, like you are an advocate right here, all that you talking about. Like, I love that.
I
you know
post about it on my story.
Yeah. Like, people start listening, right? People start listening. So, like, that's essentially what I do through my platform. And I see this growing so much bigger because I really want to save the world. I know that's like, you know what I'm saying?
It's one brain at a time.
Brain at a time. And, you know, African Americans are disproportionately affected by everything. So,
absolutely.
You know, I want us to feel empowered. I want us to feel like when we wake up every day, we can do whatever it is we put our mind to. But our mind has to be like stable in order for us to do it. So
true indeed. How you feel about social media? Is it helping or hurting?
So social media is a hit or a miss, right? Because social media is a lot of pressure on people to be somebody who they're not, right? I've literally been around people who get up, snap a picture, ha ha, and then go sit back down, be depressed and crying and shit. And I'm like, you know what?
That's different.
That's right. That's probably really more regular than you think.
It's more regular than you think.
It's more regular, bro.
And then just I don't know, for me, because this is what I do. I listen to people intently, right? So I hear their insecurities when they talk. I let motherfuckers talk because they tell me everything I need to know, right? So you can just hear how people talk about when it comes to social media, where they lack, where there are insecurities, how they try to cover it up with their success or their looks or whatever the case may be. Yeah. And it's crazy because it really, to me, just is like, dang, as a society, as a culture, we need to do better, right? Yeah. Like, if this is the pressure that we place on each other, this is terrible, right? Yeah. And I hate to see what our children will look like in operating this. So social media can be a hit or a miss. For me, I use social media to my advantage to help push it out. Yeah. Even if it's 2 likes, at least I've reached somebody, right? Yeah. But the reality of it is people only gonna listen to you when they think it benefits them. That's how it is. It's plenty of people out here. I know celebrities who get on platforms and advocate for mental health, but then go do some crazy shit that take people down on a downward spiral or a dark place. It's like you advocated for it because it was the popular thing to do. Yeah. But
what I'm
saying,
that's what they told me to do.
Right, that's what they told me to do. You sit there passionately with tears in your eyes, but then this is not really what you stand for. So, they push it out, but then how do people receive it? Because people receive it by what they're listening to, but then they see how this person is living. So social media is a hit or a miss. I just wish as a culture, we weren't so like, oh, I want to impress. Like, I want to show my success, right?
That's right. Yeah.
Like,
this shit is disgusting.
It really is disgusting.
It's because it's like, the sun's like, yo, Snow, like, nobody's cool. Nobody's actually cool anymore. It's like all in your face. Like, it used to be like you had, like, being too in your face about your fly shit was corny.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That used to be corny. Now it's like, you gotta be extra up front. You gotta be extra up front,
or it don't count.
Or it don't count. Or it don't count. And that's crazy because it literally, I've talked to people who like, oh, I don't want to go to this event or whatever because I'm not dressed this way or I don't have this with so and so and so. And I'm like, these motherfuckers sleeping on a mattress. You don't even fucking know that.
Yeah.
But they showing up in, you know what I'm saying?
It's not getting into the fake clothes.
Instagram is really just a highlight reel, so it's like, it's hard. And like you said, like, some highlight reels look so crazy, and the everyday person who don't have any type of resource to even make it look like anything, they see that they bombarded. You dread, like, God
hold on, bro. Like, that to piggyback off what you're saying, right? Because we talking about black men's mental health and all that. Let's talk about like how social media is giving niggas like a crazy bar to live up to. That they short, like, you sitting here, you going to work every day, you make a good little 60-70 grand a year. That's supposed to have been successful.
Yeah, that was 30 back then.
All your shorties are seeing millionaires all day long. You gotta everything costs quadruple what it cost 5 years ago.
I mean, add
7
to that.
years ago.
Let's add the algorithm. Now you just seeing like girls in the episode like, oh, I want to scam a nigga. I want a nigga to buy me this and that. And then they all look like a certain way. Then you like, well, damn.
I'm never getting that.
I'm never getting that. You know what I mean?
As somebody who's experienced,
that'll make you depressed in and of itself. Seeing a joint that you can't never get every day.
Mad aspects of life is hella unattainable.
Like, that'll make you go through it.
All my bitches is looking at me like Warehouse Willie, and I make a good little $70K.
Yeah.
No, it's
that's real shit, bro.
No,
that's
like,
imagine Warehouse Willie, he make about 42.
And he don't feel good about himself.
And I don't even mean to cut you off. Speaking of Warehouse Willie, imagine what all the Warehouse Willies in the bus drops was going through like a month ago when they was like when Shorty with the slander. When it was a black woman
she was like, I don't when Ebony K was talking about she don't want to do the bus driver unless he owned the bus.
Okay, it's like somebody who got like 20 years in, he's like, damn. And your wife just seen that on the check-in, like, she might not. My joint might be a little dry on the come home, which is unfortunate. Now you looking at yourself like, am I less than? Like, crazy. did I reach my full? So it's hard with social. Sometimes you really like, if you're not sure of yourself, you'll be really going through it. Like, I tell niggas all the time, and bro, I say it too. Like, sometimes I'll go deep into me. Like, I might go at a shorty, and I might say like, Rich always tell me like, yo, don't go at a joint with like, don't leave with bread. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just,
I
you know what I'm saying? Like, you say that shit all the
time.
time. Like, sometimes a nigga, I ain't gonna lie, like, I might jump out like, yo, we're gonna go on a trip, da-da-da. Like, I've led with that. You know what I'm saying? And that's like it's like a lazy maneuver because, you know, 9 times out of 10 joints come like, oh yeah, we got a trip, I'll let you bust it. But sometimes it's like, all right, it might be a joint. It's like, all right, we're gonna do trip. Like, you know, you got a business class meet and this and that. And then it's like, you gotta keep the trips going. Like, there's a lot of shit come with it. You know what I mean?
This is true.
Usually, I'll go tripping. If I slam you hard enough, like, I'll just hold on to that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, Gucci. Like, what are you gonna really tell me? Like, you got a trip? But I say that to say, like, when him saying don't leave with money, you can't, because if I go on the gram and I see 1,000 niggas is in Phantoms and shit like that, it's like, I'm not gonna compete with that. So I gotta just go over, I gotta leave with free. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta leave with free. You know what I'm saying? It's what you get, it's what you get.
Let's talk about it though, because there's a lot to be said about that, right? So like, I get it. As someone who's experienced it all, right? Yeah. Like, I get it. And as someone in a group of women, I will say that the conversation amongst women now are pretty distasteful, right? When it comes to that.
Speak on that. When you say are pretty distasteful,
I
elaborate.
Meaning like, right, look, giving y'all the cheat code. Meaning like, that's how if you lead with your hand, they fall in love with your hand and not your heart, right? Fact. But if you going to, I'm gonna take Shorty on a trip because I'm just really just trying to smash whatever. Cool. So it's like, if I know that's what he's doing, then I'm going to squeeze him for everything he got, because he really don't want my heart. He only want my ass, right? Mm-hmm. And point blank period. So you can't be mad about that. But the reality of it is when you talk about the average man in America making 50 grand, this is a reality, right?
Damn.
So
that's about right.
That's about right?
Most niggas
that's
make
what
about
it
50,
is.
Bro.
What's that, like 2 bands a week?
Right. So it's
hell no.
Every 2 weeks.
I'm like,
every 2 weeks.
That's a band a week.
Right.
That's a band a week.
There are outliers.
Less than.
Right?
It's like 800.
You know what I'm saying?
If you're making 50, you really take home like 35.
Right. You really taking home 35.
So it's like 600-700 a week.
It's not enough to take care of himself and a woman, right? But he feels like he has to compete, right? So I've been in that phase. I've been like, you know, all that great stuff. And it's nice, but it comes at a price, right? Mm-hmm. But I've had, because, you know, I had one of my homeboys say, you know, men look at you and just think you expensive, right? And they got to come with the A game. Okay, great. Fabulous, excellent tape, but I hate that that's the misconception. So anytime a man approaches me, he always feel he got to lead with the shit that he see me do, right? Like on trips. Now, granted, I can provide what I ask for. It's like, I'm not at this stage of my life. You could be making, I've dated millionaires. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got millionaires that are on a fucking roster. There's a lot of shit that you have to do in order to maintain those relationships. So I don't care about Warehouse Willie as long as Warehouse Willie is driven, right? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because the reality of it is... Are you
dating 50,000 niggas making 50K a year?
Am I dating niggas making 50K a year? No.
Why not?
How do you know what niggas make?
Yeah, how do you know?
They tell me how much they make.
That's
like,
crazy.
We have conversations.
Now, I ain't gonna lie, like in certain aspects of life, people just come out and tell you what they make.
Right.
Like,
so
I don't think I've ever had a shorty ask me what I make.
I don't ask. First and foremost, I don't ask what you do, how much you make, anything like that. Because what is that gonna do for me? Yeah. Right? I'm not looking for you to give me money when I first meet you, right? Mm-hmm. So those are not questions that I ask, right? If we decide to date further and we're talking about something possibly serious, like then that comes out, because I'm rocking with you every day. I see what you're doing, right? For the most part, I date men with multiple streams of income, so I see him flipping cars or going to this business or whatever, or I'm with him when he does it. So I see the money coming in, right? The conversation about somebody telling me how much they make is because of what I expected from them, right? It's like, hey, you asking for a lot. This is only how much I make. And this is what I'm trying to go, what I'm trying to do, right? Yeah. So this is when they volunteer information. I don't care nothing about that. And this is because we were considering dating seriously, right? Okay. So
I gotta push back on you then. So you say you don't, like, if you dealing with a nigga, like, you don't need him to give you money because you got your own money. So then why can't Warehouse Willie get time with you?
I'm not saying I would turn down a Warehouse Willie.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm not saying I would turn down a Warehouse Willie. I wouldn't even know he'll Warehouse Willie when I first meet him, right? Yeah. I'm going to base it off his efforts with me, right? And that whole, I'm not a woman who, don't take me on a trip in the beginning, right? That's nice. Don't take me on a trip. Don't take me to 5-star restaurants, because all that shit is licensing, you know what I'm saying, just gas to me. because most people are not going to maintain that, not just because of financially, but the
effect.
effort, right? You know what I'm saying? Don't do that. Don't do that.
So niggas can take you to Waffle House?
I'm from Waffle House. I've been on a first date to Zaxby's before.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Did
and
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
Not at your big age.
Huh?
Did you give him? Did y'all have?
We dated for about 3 years.
So he started with Zaxby's.
Hold up, at your big age though, when you was like in your 20s or something.
How old are you now?
How old am I? 30 something. It was right before 30, so late 20s.
Yeah, you was young. 20s. You was young. You was.
Oh, but now
you was being.
But he locked in though. He Zaxby's me there, and he still locked in.
I mean, fancy free and footloose back then.
Of course, I wouldn't want a first date at Zaxby's or Waffle House now. Okay. But I wouldn't be opposed to if we went to Zaxby's and Waffle House while we're dating.
Okay,
yeah. Like I would. I fucking go to Waffle House down the street all the time, right?
I ain't gonna lie. For all my brothers that's trying to get a joint right now, they way cheaper in their 20s, B. You know what I'm
they are. It's way cheaper.
If you got a limited income, bro, go start with a cheaper joint. They're cheaper in their 20s. Once they get in their 30s and they grown women, they should start rocking and rolling.
This is true.
Like you're gonna have to come with it.
You gotta come with it, right? But I don't want any man to feel like the last guy I dated. He didn't have. I've dated men with all types of cars, luxury cars, all this great stuff. He did not have a luxury vehicle, right? But he tried to hide it from me for the longest.
He tried to hide it?
How you try to hide it?
He tried to hide it because he assumed that would be a deal breaker for me.
How do you just pretend it was in the shop?
A Honda.
He just pretended his real shit was in the shop?
So he would Uber.
I'm in my sister whip right now.
Right. He would Uber. He would hide it in the garage type of situation or in the backyard area. And then when we had, I was like,
never got in a car with him?
Right. I'm saying in the beginning. Oh. In the beginning. So, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay, this is what car you drive. Boom. I'm like, I'm feeling who you are as a person. Like, why do you drive this car? Because obviously you want to talk.
Oh, you are a
lot.
Why do you drive the car? It's crazy.
No, not in a bad way. Because it was a conversation. He brought it up.
That shit is wild and crazy.
He brought it up. I said, why do you drive this car? Right?
You the reason Rich got an X6.
No.
Why you don't get a Honda, Rich?
No.
Yeah, should
you can get a Honda.
No. Look. He's not. If you tell him to get a Honda, he's not going to get it.
Not because I'm saying,
look how you talking about
car. You need a. I was like, okay, because this obviously is like a thing that you're insecure about. Then why do you drive the car? And he was like, okay, well, it's paid off. I was like, cool. Same reason why I drive my car. That's fine. Until it breaks down, you get another car. And I was like, what are your long-term financial goals? Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are your long-term financial goals? Is this I want to help you accomplish these goals, right? Not because I want to drive around in the Benz, but I've driven around in all those cars, right? Yeah. I'm just saying for you, like, to me, it's about a mindset. Yeah. Sometimes people could be just stuck where they are. You know what I'm saying? It was a bigger picture. It wasn't because, oh, I don't want to ride around in your Honda, whatever. What the fuck? Like, nobody fucking cares about that. Like, I know what I'm getting myself into when I choose to continue to date you. If I wanted to ride in some other car, I'll go ride in that car. Like it's a call away.
But I ain't gonna lie, like when you talking about your situation to your shorty and she automatically becomes now like your financial planner / mom for your life, like you're definitely blowing it. Like a lot of respect laws. Your life is blowing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe you use her to get back on your feet and get your shit on track and go find another joint because the respect is forever shattered.
I will say that. I'll give you that. I give you that
once
because
the shorty start like getting into your financial
now she looks at you like her son.
Yeah, no, exactly. So then it feels like I'm coaching at that point. So now it's just like
you lost all the leverage.
Not that I lost respect or that he lost leverage. It was just like you just like let me help you with whatever I can help you with, and then keep it moving. Right? That's the type of thing. Right?
It kept it moving. That was
it. Kept it moving. Like that's what it was. Because for me, where I'm at. I want somebody who's already there,
got to figure that part out.
You know what I'm saying? That I can't help you create the vision. You already got to have the vision type of thing. And who you are as a person, I mean, naturally is going to be for men, their car, where they live, all stuff like that. But that doesn't mean anything. I've been with men who've driven or not been with work for men who drove Prius, but net worth was crazy, right? You know what I'm saying? Because they don't have anything to prove. So I think, and this is what I'm saying, in our culture, we have to prove shit. So in order for you to for somebody to take you seriously and respect you as a black man, black woman, you got to pull up in a Benz. You got to pull up, know what I'm saying, a BMW, you know what I'm saying, or an Audi or something like that. And it's just like, everybody want to drive around a Bentley now. Now motherfuckers love Bentleys or whatever. Like, I'm just like, these shits was around but whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? I think that all ties in to our mental wellness, right?
Yeah.
Like, and so if you come out as a man and you're wanting to date, and there's a certain type of woman that you want to date for whatever reason, then make sure that you're up to that standard for that type of woman. And you can't be mad when she going in on you, right? Because it's like, how dare you approach me knowing that you didn't have, if I look materialistic, why you come up here with no materials? Like that, like they say, like that's, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. Yeah. But for me, I am a little different. Like, I'm not going to judge you based off that, because again, I've dated men on different levels, right? So I'm okay with the Waffle House date. Initially, no. Because that, to me, like, if you think that I'm only worthy of a Waffle House date, that's disrespectful to me.
Yeah.
Right?
So
you do want to you want a quality date off the jump.
I want a quality date, but it doesn't have to be this 5-star place, right?
It be something in between.
It's something in between. Like, and to me, it's more so about the effort, right? I went on a date, literally, first date was to I can't remember the name of that place, but it was like an in between, maybe a step up from, and this was in my 30s, a step up from what's some spot, more Gypsy Kitchen type situation, right?
Okay.
And then fire. It's fire, right? Okay, so something like that. Went on that date, and then afterwards we literally just walked around the park. He gave food to homeless person, whatever. And to me, it was about the effort, right?
Gypsy Kitchen like $200 with 2 people on a date. You mean like that shit was light?
I mean, it was to drinks. It wasn't. I don't know how
the tab had to be at least 200, right?
But
drinks and food at Gypsy Kitchen
is so you could even go to 100 for the both of us if we take a step down. Like, I'm saying that it's more so.
What's that, like cheesecake?
Like, I would go on a date to a Cheesecake Factory.
First date, Cheesecake
Factory.
First
date, I would go on a date. I would go on a date to a Cheesecake Factory. If we did like putt golf, Cheesecake Factory,
doing the golf, I was saying you add it on.
Effort. It's the effort. It's like the effort.
All that shit is a tab.
It is a tab, but it's the effort,
tab, bro.
Because it's like, how much are you willing? I know if
if you want to go on a date with her, you want to spend $300 at least.
That's what they cost nowadays.
It's
crazy being black,
right? You shouldn't be dating me if you know that's not right.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, right? When I first got out of prison, not first, probably like a couple months out of prison, right? I was dating this bartender joint at a little popular strip club. She was like, she's horsing me to go do this, to go do that. The bitch, she hot. She want to go ahead, do this, Dubai and all this. I'm like, look, B, like, I got a game plan. You know what I'm saying? I'm working, and it's not ready yet. Like, I can't do the Dubai and all that, right? For one, I'm on parole. I can't, there's no leaving the country. Like, she's like wondering where I'm like, I got to call the PO. It's a lot going on right now.
Okay.
So eventually, she's like, yo, she's like, yo, can we go out with the dinner Sunday or something? I'm like, yo, next week, B, shit is tight right now. She flat out was like, yo, you can't afford this shit. You can't afford to have a bitch, bro. You can't afford to date. I was like, you know what? I stopped fucking with her. But I was like, you know what? She's right. You know what I mean? I got low for like 7 months. I ain't fuck with no bitches.
Right.
But it was right advice. But I was still like,
was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but you take it a heart. I'm glad you took the advice or whatever, just to work on you, because you probably just need to retain that money anyways to build you, not spending on some bitch. I know you want your dick sucked and all that shit like that. But like, is other ways that you could have got that. Like, but you weren't in a space to date, and that's fine. I think people need to realize that, especially if, for the people who come to me, like, if you come to me and you're saying you want something long-term, meaning like we at some point may get married, engaged, whatever the case may be, then that looks a little bit different, right? And how we build. But I think it just depends on, the type of woman that you want. You know what I'm saying? To go to Dubai and all stuff like that. But again, that all goes back to mental health, because why are you requesting Dubai trips? Like, I'm assuming on like.
No, she ain't requested for me. She had just came back from Dubai when I met her. So it's like, I know what I'm dealing with.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Like, okay. I thought you meant she was requesting Dubai trips. Okay, so, and who knows who paid for that trip? She could have paid for it or whatever the case may be, but that's the standard that she wanted, and there's nothing wrong with that. I think if people just date who they can afford or whatever. And when I say afford, I don't mean financially. Same for women. Date men who are in your bracket, you know what I'm saying? Like, it will work as opposed to just dogging each other and talking about, oh, she just want this or that, or he doesn't want to do this and this. Okay, that's fine. It just doesn't work. Just go on to the next person. So as a society, as a culture, we have to understand that sometimes us dating, some people date up because they lack something, right? That validates them. That makes them feel like, oh, I'm good enough for this certain person that I was able to pull this woman or this man. And we have to get away from that. Who you are as a person, your value is not ingrained in someone else. I think we have to get to the root cause of that. The same way our association, I'm gonna hang around these type of people, you know what I'm saying? Because they high class, they do this, do that. Now I feel like I'm worthy of this group of people, right? Like, we need to get away from that.
So that celebrity dick eating.
Yeah, basically, like,
your whole fucking identity.
Oh my
based
gosh,
upon
it's just identities based upon
you be in the same room with celebrities, and that's your whole identity. Like,
that bothers me so
weird.
much. Like, it's weird. It's really weird.
Your whole
like,
gram is flicks with niggas like this with the point.
That point, that shit right here is so annoying. But it's like, but you ain't posted neither one of your friends. You know what I'm saying? Who out here grinding and shit, trying to get that publicity, right?
Your actual friends.
Right. These niggas don't even know your name after you walk away and say what's up. They literally look like they uncomfortable you taking a picture with them. So we have to get away from that, because it's like you need validation of who you are. I think that's just, it's just too much. Like, but I think essentially if we all just take care of our mental health, we can get around to like thriving as a culture when it comes to dating, what we're willing to accept, not willing to accept. We won't have to look at somebody like, if dude don't, measure up to what I would like, okay, I wish you well. My biggest thing is I never want to leave anybody like broken. So I'll disconnect in a way that makes him feel like my name.
Respect.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I don't need to get in a group chat and down this nigga. I don't need to talk shit about him. I don't need to do that. I don't need to whatever expose. Like, that's stupid to me. At the end of the day, that's a human, right? And somebody who I gave the time to and probably gave a pussy to too. So like, it's like why would you even try to like
don't slander on you. You gave the box out. Like,
right. Like, it's just
be respectful.
Just be respectful. So that's the thing. Like, the same way, men like, okay, Shorty just wasn't it, right? You know what I'm saying? She ain't gotta be a bitch. You ain't gotta block her out and stuff like this. Block game on like strong for everybody out here nowadays. It's so crazy.
Man, you gotta block
them. But if you want to block them for yourself, you know what I'm saying? Because some people just toxic, buzzword. But I think at the end of the day, we have to lead with human. And I get it. Everybody just hardcore, whatever. I ain't gonna be on that soft shit. It's weak. To me, it's crazy, right? It's crazy because, you know what I'm saying? If you strip everybody of all their finances, their status, if we were all in a room together, butt fucking naked, we all are fucking same, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I think at the end of the day, look at people as a human being. So, and if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you.
So would you say, in honor of Black Men's Health Month and Black men's mental health, that Shorty should go give some box to a broke nigga?
Help his mental health out. Shit.
Like, help
boost his,
help Warehouse Willie's mental health.
You know what I mean? Boost
Make
his pride.
him feel love.
Boost his self-esteem.
Make him feel wanted. With that, just that little boost, that nugget of love, you never know what he could become.
This is true. I mean, it's a lot of women out here who
you're lonely. Love him.
They give themselves for nothing. So I don't understand what the problem would be. I'm not going to advocate for that. I think a woman should give her body to whomever she wants to and feel comfortable giving it to.
There we go.
Whether it's Warehouse Willie or Magic Money Mike, right? So I think is whoever you feel, but you don't have to necessarily lead with the fact that, oh, well, he Warehouse Willie and I wouldn't even consider him. Like, to me, when women are just like, only date rich niggas, okay. All right.
That's some real shallow, just some shit inside your shit.
Right. And so that's why I just listen when women say that. It's like, yeah, you're projecting. And that shows, insecurity on your end. Like, what does rich even look like? You know what I'm saying? Because I know very wealthy men who are frugal as fuck. So he may not be generous. While you talking about, oh, okay, I only date rich niggas. Okay, he may have money, but ain't never bought you anything to eat. He just fucking you and you hoping that you gonna get some money at some point, and he'll never give you shit.
You're just getting slammed in nice digs.
That's all.
You get slammed in luxury spaces.
That's all.
So I mean, that's what it all boils down to. And I think, on the flip side, for men, like, don't let the what society and social media shows you, like, discourage you from finding love. At the end of the day, I'm a hopeless romantic. So if that's what you want to find, then go find love. And if you're just looking for something to play with, then just stay within your area of the playground.
Okay.
So yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Find a joint with no social media or something.
Oh, that's gonna be difficult.
Yeah, right? Impossible. Free, you want to get into a drip?
Oh, well, you know, it is mental health. We do have a special guest, Edwina. Every week we have a segment on the show where we call it the World Flee the Drip Report.
Okay.
And since you're here, you talked about reaching the youth and reaching women, you know, with your designer pieces. So let me ask you, what's hot for the ladies this summer? Like, what's a must-have piece?
Oh, don't ask me. I'm not up to date on must-have anything.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not that person. This is so terrible. Yeah,
you got a big ass Telfar bag. What that? Like,
the Tory Burch. Was that Telfar or Tory Burch?
Oh no, that was Tory Burch.
Tory
That's
Burch.
my work bag.
That's your work.
That's
you got
my
the sandals
bag.
to match.
Yes, those
Regular?
are my travel essentials. Yeah. I mean, they're durable, good quality, whatever.
Yeah.
But I'm definitely not the fashionista or person to tell you what to go out and get. Stay within your budget.
Stay within your budget.
Don't max out credit cards. Don't try to impress anybody.
Don't stress yourself.
Don't stress yourself. You can look nice without having a high price tag, right? There's nothing wrong with shopping quality that's a little bit less expensive, right?
We talked about, you know, I ain't mean to cut you.
No,
we
you're
talked
fine.
about it too. We in the summer. Cheap items, good white tee. Go to H&M, get you some good filler pieces. You know what I'm saying? Like, that helps. That'll get you through the week.
That's it. That's all. You
So-
know, signature bags, accessories.
Accessories,
You know,
quality accessories will last you a long time, B. And they'll enhance any outfit that you have. You know what I'm saying? So
yes,
we promote that.
As niggas, you gotta keep a couple expensive things around.
you do.
I'm just be real. You know what I mean?
In
Like,
Atlanta for sure.
you got, because
Atlanta.
I'm gonna just be real. Like, as being black, like, if you're not having a couple expensive things around, you're not gonna be appreciated and respected
This
the
is
same way.
true.
Like, they're gonna
It's
go
true.
inside establishments and be overlooked and disrespected and
Absolutely.
just get dragged and hold around. So you
100%.
gotta have some type of expensive shit around, just to
Quality
keep niggas
pieces,
on alert.
Yeah, just keep
Quality
niggas on alert.
Everybody
Just
gotta
quality
be on alert.
pieces.
Right.
We're
That
not
are real.
Exactly. That are
We're
real.
not saying you gotta go Prada head to toe, but some Prada
Yeah.
shades will take you
Please don't
far.
go Prada head to toe.
Hard and soft.
Red Stripe from earlobe.
But a good pair of Prada shades with your white tee, now you want the sun. Now you look like it. It helps. It's like, all right, you look like sun in a haircut.
There
You
we
know what
go. You can't go to Saks. Go to Saks Office.
I mean? You go to Office Saks.
Yeah.
Go to Nordstrom Rack.
Go to Nordstrom
It
Rack.
works.
Right. No, that is true though.
It works.
That is true.
Holla at us, man. We
When we
coming
gonna
back.
pay some bills, we gonna come
Second
back.
half, we talking about the culture. You already know the Titanic submarine
crazy.
shit.
Draft.
Yeah, I
A
mean,
lot of things going on. We're gonna get into
Louis
it.
in Paris.
Jamie
for better.
Foxx. We still doing the Jamie
We
Foxx
doing
alert?
the Jamie Foxx watch. We still
Jamie
haven't
Foxx
seen
watch.
Jamie
We still haven't
Foxx.
seen him.
Holla at us.
Holla at us.
This shit
Yeah,
crazy.
It said Jamie Foxx.
All right, we back at it. Part 2. You already know, well set. We start every second half with elite scumbaggery. If you don't know what that is, that's when somebody does some dirtbag shit, but they pull it off in such an elite way that we shout them out and we gotta respect it. This week's elite scumbag of the week is none other than the submarine son. If you don't know who that is, you know the submarine niggas just got lost the other day. They got kaputted, the billionaires or whatever, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? So his stepson was at a Blink-182 concert, macking, having a good time.
He said he got 100 to his name.
Then he said he only got $100. What you want him to do? Somehow he made it to the Blink-182 concert. I'm gonna just let you know now. The Blink-182 concert tickets is very highly expensive. He did not get into a Blink-182 concert and only had $100 to his name. That's very much a lie. You know what I'm saying? I just sold him shit for a stack.
Damn, Blink still
about
popping
2
like
weeks
that?
ago.
Oh yeah, I got Travis Barker.
Yeah, people paying top dollar for them
For
tickets.
Blink.
He's a liar. For 2,
Nigga said all the
for
small
2, let's keep
things.
it tall. He's out celebrating his new inheritance.
He's definitely
Let's
got a nice
keep it
little check.
real. He's outside celebrating his new inheritance. He's a least scumbag. His pops wasn't even all the way dead yet.
First of
getting
all,
right.
if he's the stepson, at the minimum, Mama Love about to get a
Somebody's
nice check.
about to eat.
So somebody's just got a nice check.
Back up the fucking brinks.
He's about to be at all the Blink-182 concerts. Nigga, he's about
He's
to go on
going
tour with them. And fuck you talking. Fuck
Travis
going
on
on
speed
He's
dial.
about to throw a Blink-182 show in the backyard. Like, yo, Blink, pull up.
I mean, not if that's how he acted while the man was alive. then he probably is not in the inheritance.
Nah, he in there somewhere.
After his mom's is
somebody he's gonna eat.
For him to still be for the news cameras to feel like he's worth a news story. The mom obviously still in cahoots with the billionaire, so she's getting a check. If maybe he don't like him, but the mom, somebody getting a check.
Somebody's getting a check. Shout out to Submarine Son. You're a dirtbag for partying while your people were dying. But hey, the evidence is on deck.
It's on deck. Let's stick with the submarine niggas.
Let's stick with the submarine niggas, first man. Talk nice, man. Y'all was sending all kind of links through. Y'all was very enthralled by the submarine.
I was enthralled by
the submarine Titan.
You know what I'm saying? If the Titanic remains was 200 feet underwater, I'd probably go down there to look at it. But when they showed the scale that it's 12 Empire State Buildings underwater, I'm not going there. I don't like logo tech controllers manning the vehicle.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of that. I'm not a fan of going on a submarine that's not tethered. I need something to be attached to me. You know what I mean? That's
y'all don't got a rope.
We don't have a rope. Yo, niggas was the cost. What do you mean the cost? I did my own research. 16,000 feet of steel wire would cost about $10,000.
They had it,
and they paid $250 for a ticket. They had the bread. Let's not go there. And then I went even further. They said most fishermen boats are equipped with about the big ones are equipped with about 16,000 feet of rope or wire, whatever you want to call it. So tether me up. You know what I'm saying?
Link this shit together.
Then on top of that, come to find out, former employee try to blow the whistle yo, I don't think this shit is safe past 1,000 feet. You know what I mean? It's gonna blow up. You know what I'm saying? Just because you had a couple successful trips, that shit sound good. 4 went good, the 5th gonna go bad. Because the pressure keep building up. Let's say condolences to them. It's unfortunate. The internet takes nothing serious because the memes have been at an all-time high.
All-time high.
All-time high. Sponge niggas is at Bikini Bottom.
Definitely. They wait. The Titanic niggas, Leonardo DiCaprio niggas, what was his name?
James Cameron?
No, the nigga name in Titanic. Jack?
Oh,
Jack is down there waiting for them niggas.
Is down there waiting for them.
Jack down there waiting.
For sure.
It's unfortunate. And then on top of that, they say you gotta sign 3 death. There's 3 death waivers on the first page. Are you different ways you could die? That's enough for me.
It's like going to prison. But why would you pay $250 to go to the bottom of the You paid them to go just yo, I'm just gonna go in this little thing and just risk it all.
Risk it all. And then they said depending on the light, you might get down there, you might not be able to see shit. You know what I'm saying? It's you be sick, you go all the way down there and then you can't see nothing, and then the hole to see it is mad small.
Yo.
It's just nasty.
I'm gonna be real though. I don't think none of this is real. I'm gonna keep it talking.
It's
not real. There's no people on this shit. There was no people ever on that.
I'm with you.
I'm with you.
I had to figure out what else is going on. I heard Biden just got impeached on the low. They're moving to impeach him.
I've been saying it. Nigga try to filet me. I'm like, bro, if y'all just want to run around and believe media coverages, yo, look, B. So we gonna pile 4 billionaires on a motherfucking submarine.
Makes no sense.
Not take one video, not picture, nothing.
Nobody got no. I haven't seen
no
video.
It's 2023. These niggas is beyond breaded up. They about to go do some once in a lifetime shit. Nobody is recording none of this. Y'all don't got no cameraman or nothing, no footage of nobody getting on this submarine. And it's so conveniently boomed up, imploded, no remains, no nothing. But the remainders of the shit was found mad easily.
Yeah. When y'all was looking for them, you couldn't find them.
After y'all announced the oxygen ran out, y'all said, we found the remains of the submarine.
JP Morgan going through some shit. Chase getting sued. JP Morgan and Chase going through some shit right now. They've been frauding, stealing, doing some bullshit.
There's a lot of crazy shit going on in the world. Leonardo DiCaprio might have or might not have been testifying somewhere. I don't know what's going on, B. There's a lot going on in the world.
Where's Jamie Foxx?
Where's Jamie Foxx?
Where's Jamie Foxx?
And he's talking about a supposed submarine with some billionaire. Whatever, man. I'm not
Jamie
going.
Foxx, man.
I'm not going.
Between that, remember the aliens, this fake discovery last week too?
Yeah,
remember seeing the aliens in the backyard? It's a lot of other shit.
A lot of World Economic Forum members on there, B. Last time they sunk the Titanic, it was because they was trying to remix the Federal Reserve. They packed up a couple billionaires back then too.
Back then, yeah, there was a reason they packed that shit up.
What are we talking about? All right, before we go too crazy down, I mean, and get canceled, I had to put that shit on Patreon or something.
Yeah, I mean, but if somebody condolences to the people that
supposedly died,
allegedly died. You know what I mean? We're not going to like death is whack. You know what I'm saying? So
even if you did it to yourself,
yeah, that's a nasty way to go out. Is that like top 3 nastiest ways to go out? Implosion.
Yeah, gotta be. I mean,
I say implosion.
Anytime
crushed.
you choose adventure sports and die, it's up there. Like you blew it.
Yeah.
Like you choose adventure travel.
I wanted to go skydiving, and like every time I'd be like, "Do I really want to go?"
You said you was going skydiving for your birthday.
Yeah, I can't check it out.
You ended up going to Six Flags.
Yeah, I went to Six Flags. I said, "Let me go where it's like where the heart it's not that high up." I was supposed to go skydiving. I went Six Flags. Keep it a buck. I was like, let me get on a roller coaster. Shit, I know I'm strapped in. You know what I mean?
It's okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Here today
it's in my mind. I was like, I want to go, but I was like, let's take it down to the. I don't need that much thrill. I need some thrill, not that much. Niggas say, yo, you're in the best Six Flags, bro. Real shit, I definitely did. They had a ball, too. You know what I mean?
Bro said skydiving with roller coaster.
I didn't even get on the shit.
You said skydiving, I was like, yo, you sure about that, Finn?
I ain't even get on. I'm glad you brought up Six Flags. I ain't even get on the shit that, the shit that bring you up
the
straight.
The big twirl around and drop shit? No way.
I'm double on that.
Can't get me.
Just remember, God bless what we did see that footage. God bless the little homie that, remember he fell off the ride last summer? Remember the nigga, he was on it. You don't remember the 15-year-old last summer?
Yeah, he was overweight.
He was overweight, and he was telling them niggas his shit wasn't right. Black nigga.
When it hit,
when it came back down, he fell from like 60 feet.
See, I don't tap into the OD traumas. I can't do them.
Yeah, no, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was like a major. Yeah, it was on video too. Like you see him fall.
They love the show when niggas get catastrophically die. Oh my god,
it's white billionaires is the breeze. It's never no block out. Like we'll show you all types of death for black people. Like yes, you see the nigga falling off the ride. Like God, yeah, kaplow splat, bro. You don't even want to see it because it's just like it's an image you don't want to see. And I feel bad I see it because you see this little ass kid falling out the shit.
Right.
I was like, you know what? I don't think I'm gonna get on that ride.
Let's switch this stuff. I'm grossed out. Yeah. Positive note: niggas in Paris.
Yeah, shout out to my nigga Reagan. He out there doing his thing. My nigga Christian doing his thing. Quick Dre because he ain't get the Pusha shout out. Speaking of Pusha, he went at Jim Jones. Is Jim in trouble?
I didn't even listen to it. I don't care about them old niggas.
Oh shit! She's just talking about Pusha and Jim. A lot of niggas still like Pusha T. Do you listen to either one? Pusha T, Jim Jones? No, it's quiet. If you had to choose one, who would you listen to?
Jim Jones.
Okay, there we go.
Shit, okay.
Jimmy. Yeah, where you from?
I'm from Georgia.
She from Georgia. And she said Jimmy.
They chose Jimmy. Well, okay.
Yeah, I mean, so you know what? We got it. We're gonna make sure we hide.
Well, shit got crazy. So yo. Yeah, I feel like my son Kanye is sick right now. He's out here punching the air. Pharrell is super lit with Louis, running around in Paris, got the whole shit turned up.
You know, I can't really.
After he was hating on Virgil.
I don't think Kanye too Drake because like he you know what I'm saying, he paved the way. You know what I'm saying? Like don't forget he had to shoot with Louis first. Like he had the Louis V joints, the Louis Vuitton dons. You know what I'm saying? Those are $30,000 if you want them now. You know what I mean? Not to mention I saw an interview with Pharrell and Swiss Beats, and Swiss tried to like front on Ye a little bit. He didn't really say his name. He was like, "Yo, I'm with the Louis Vuitton Don." Pharrell stopped him like, "Nah, Kanye is the Louis Vuitton Don. Let's be respectful." So I think Kanye might have seen that like, all right, you know what I'm saying? He showing homage, and Kanye opened the door for them niggas. You know what I mean? Like he got to the door. You know what I'm saying? Turned the knob. Virgil pushed through. Now Pharrell. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think Kanye's that dread. You know what I mean? Obviously, he probably would like to do a lookbook or a collaboration, more curation with Louis, but he's certified. Niggas know what he did. You know what I mean? He still got his sneakers. Adidas had to pull back up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, Kanye's getting his bread, but you know he wants that. He likes that European. He wants that European cosign more than anything. He does. He wants that fashion house cosign. He already stated he was mad at Virgil when Virgil got picked for creative director. He was already felt the way. You know what I'm saying? Kanye's no sneaky hater. Kanye gonna hate on you.
Yeah.
I know for a fact he's mad at Pharrell right now.
Oh, absolutely.
He'd have been there if he was fucking with if he had love for that shit.
Yeah.
Hove was there.
Hove was there.
Hove had a show. Custom jacket.
Future just got named creative director for Lon Vaughn.
Oh.
Shout out to Future.
Niggas is fine. You know the old fashioned houses realizing, you know, niggas is the way.
This is true, but niggas is the way do we really want to roll with that? Like niggas
Should we
is
just make our own thing?
right.
I mean,
because they're gonna leverage black cool into whatever they can for their top dollar. They care about their bottom line. They're
They care about
leveraging
their bottom
black
line,
cool.
but does that mean we have to jump on that?
Oh, I personally don't think that us as niggas should just, you know what I mean, jump behind whatever blackface they put in front of us to get behind.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's never the smartest option, you know what I'm saying? But you know, I know what niggas is gonna do. These are the same niggas that went out and kept on buying Balenciaga after they was putting handcuffed babies and shit in the motherfucking artwork. Like, people don't care.
She went blackface and niggas was still in line.
Niggas was still in line.
At the end of the day, the black community will stop at nothing for European high fashion cosigns. It just is what it is, B.
Yeah, that's just true.
Like, they live for this shit.
They got us locked.
They got us in a headlock, chokehold, everything you could imagine.
All of that.
It is what it is. I can't, because for one, everybody that has the platform is already puppets. So it's like, they not about, who's about to really gonna be the one to come out and like denounce the fly shit and then motherfuckers be like, oh yeah, that shit ain't fly no more. Them $700 Louis, them $1,500 Louis kicks is dirt now. Who's really gonna be the one that's never? I don't see it.
It's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I agree.
Not gonna happen. Shout out to them though. Your man Russell Simmons getting dragged.
Yeah, I don't like it. You know what I'm saying?
The dangers of having a non-black family.
I don't like it.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Always yelling at what we call mental. I don't know. I guess
that's more mental health episode.
Mental health episode. Do you think parents yelling at their kids is that verbal abuse?
Adult kids though, not babies.
Yeah, grown-ups.
It's difficult to say because if that was not how you raised them, then it could do damage. Like, and given the situation, so we only get two sides, three sides of each story, right? So we can't really say how detrimental that was to their mental health, right? We can't say that. They can say that. Were they coached? I'll give that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think it's always verbal abuse, you know. But if I spent my entire childhood not being yelled at, and then in my adult life, my mom or dad yells at me, I'm gonna be a little bit confused, right? And it could do damage because it's your mom, it's your dad, right? And that's the first person who you look to, you know, for love, for protection, all these things, right? It doesn't just happen over time. So yeah, it might hit them in a way, and especially if they're in a different mental state, then one thing that somebody say can take you over the edge. So I won't say yes or no. It just is situational and depending on the family.
Happy.
Yeah.
First things first, we don't need to see it. I wish people could keep family problems.
That's the thing that bothered me. We don't need to see that.
I think that's
why was there an internet post?
Yeah, funny shit. Because I think what happened was when Shade Room is the #1 most divisive platform in the world, like America, decided to post that one of the daughters wished her mother a happy Father's Day on Father's Day. So then it's people in the comments oh, it's corny shit. Niggas want to comment because that's what social media is, public. And then she felt the need to defend herself, oh, he didn't pay for my Uber and he stopped sending $500 a month.
Yeah, all that is unnecessary. All that's unnecessary.
Your mom stuck 40.
You see how crazy it is when a black man decides that he's no longer gonna financially support adults. When I just feel like when you go foreign family, the second you fuck up, they're gonna turn against you as a unit. That's what the dangers of going interracial family.
Brian McKnight better tread lightly.
Brian McKnight, you see it when you go other race. Your kids are now from another race because your kids are closer to your wife. And you end up with a family of immigrants ganging up against you.
Brian McKnight not even allowed to claim his older kids. Shit crazy.
You feel me? That's what happened. I've seen this shit happen time and time again.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You niggas go white wife, Asian wife, whatever. Then you end up with a family of motherfuckers against you.
Ours about to take half. If she didn't fuck more than half.
You have adults yelling, talking down on a man in public on a public forum because he no longer financially supports them.
You can't.
What? After his ex-wife stole $200 million from him to give to her white husband.
Yeah, it's just gross. I don't like it. Keep that shit off the internet, man. You know what I mean?
But that's the world that they live in.
Yeah.
Not to mention how she cucked him and went and fucked the nigga from Amistad and laid up with that nigga Right after the shit.
Yeah, nasty.
Come on, B.
We ain't forget that either.
We just went big black nigga.
She just went. I'm behind.
Come on, B.
Crazy.
Right after the movie.
Yeah, niggas ain't forget.
Niggas ain't forget.
I never liked.
He's body around with Digimon Hansu face.
Yeah.
Yo, Larsa just took half of Scotty's shit.
She just took half, bro.
I mean, she earned it.
She earned it.
How dare
Eating dick for a couple years, you earned it.
A couple years.
How long was they married?
No, couldn't have been that long. She cheated on him with Future. She's fucking his ex-teammate's son. She don't deserve shit.
Half the pension?
But how many times he cheated on her? How many times she had to sit by herself and raise all the kids? Right. It's. I mean, they talk about these on these shows and stuff, and it comes out.
She said Scotty cheated. That's
yes.
I mean, no. I mean, he's an NBA nigga, bro.
Right. And I mean, that's a given. She ain't gonna actually come out and say it, but that's a given.
Half his net worth because she cheated.
Half the pension is crazy.
If she had created a name for herself, then cool. But she created a name for herself another way.
Yeah.
But she said she was his, supportive. She took care of his kids, all the stuff like that. So I mean, I think she deserves something. I think when it comes to
kids are grown,
she deserves something.
Something.
Yeah.
It is 100,000.
But
like that's it.
But
100 band lump is life changing.
Yeah, take the 100.
At one time, 100 band lump is life changing. You can go be great.
You'll be great. Step off.
He created a lifestyle for her.
It's not.
Here y'all go. Shorty's always come back to this. He created a lifestyle shit.
And it just, I mean, it is what it is.
I'm no longer in your life. The lifestyle I provided for you is no longer in your life too. I'm going.
Tia Mowry's husband.
See,
the same
and
thing.
I no. I'm glad you brought them up, and they did it the right way. They did. Nobody's getting nothing. We're gonna be amicable. We're gonna co-parent.
No, that's not how they did it.
How it's not? He said he don't want to take child support from us.
He said that he wanted alimony.
No,
and they did not. Yes,
I can't go for that.
Yes,
because what I read.
What I saw is that
he said they.
Nah, they got two different versions of the story. That's crazy.
Like that's
the one I saw. Because J Boom had to redact their original post. They came back and they said it was amicable
after the fact.
And the husband didn't want nothing from her.
After
and they
the
supported
After he already lost.
After you already
lost. Now they had to change the story.
But I support that.
I'm assuming he lost.
I support because it says that he lost. Like he was denied alimony.
Wrong.
So
they made a mistake.
No.
That's the part. See, Shade Room got so fucked up.
You can pay Shade Room to correct it. But at the end of the day, the solution is to come to a common ground. Yeah. Right? That's my whole thing.
Leave it what you came with.
Like, so Shaq just recently said, about Shawnee, she always gonna be my wife. I'm always gonna make sure she good, right? Point blank, period.
Yeah,
he knows the sacrifices.
She's married, ain't she?
Yeah, she stepped up. She got a new seed.
Larsa got kids by
she's
Scotty
newly
too.
married.
She's newly married. Right.
To a whole nother nigga.
Married, he still said that. I'm not saying that he should take care of her. Yeah, but
that's
his
I ain't gonna lie. Shaq gonna have to see me. I'm pulling up a Shaq crib with a baseball bat at son. So fucking playing me, bro.
Right. And I thought about that, but do not
talking about my bitch is your bitch forever and all that. You stop playing with me, Shaq.
Right. Shaq disrespectful, but in the same breath, like I understand his point of view. I don't think he would.
Disrespectful, but you would say he still set it
out. He disrespectful for saying that on a public platform, but to have that mindset is not disrespectful. At the end of the day, if this nigga don't do what he's supposed to be doing, because he also said, I hope he's taking care of you.
That's all slander. You know what that is. Come on, B. You know what that is. You know what that is.
It's still
you know what that is. I know just in case little pockets fall off. Just in case little pockets fall off. You know who Big Daddy's again.
Boom.
Yeah, I mean,
Big Diesel face.
Yeah, I mean, big.
At the end of the day, have anyone of y'all ever been married?
Hell no.
All right, then there you go. So I mean, at the end of the day,
you tried to not.
Oh shit! I have not been married.
I was about to say
I've been through enough divorces with people, but at the end of the day, it's what works, right? So that's why you go in with forgetting all that lovey-dovey stuff, and you set the parameters going in, right? But of course, they don't think about it that way. So I think it's two sides. I get it, like. Somebody should work really hard to have to give it away to somebody who didn't do the work, but they actually did do the work, right? Yeah. On the back end. So it takes a lot to sit and deal with the infidelity, to deal with, the trust issues or people coming and, in the limelight or having to raise the kids. It comes at a price, right? Yeah. And you make that promise to that person to always take care of them. Shit goes left whatever, I think it's somewhat of an obligation. I'm not just saying it because it's a woman, it's a man. The same way, if I wanted to take care of a man, then I would have to expect this is a lifestyle I provided for him, that he may come from my pockets.
That's crazy.
I'm not going to make it that way. We're going to make sure we have some legal documents
Lifestyle
in place.
provided is nuts.
Yeah.
It's like to like big adults.
Or
We're
prenup,
grown
yes.
adults.
No,
I'll never,
if a rich man is really no benefit to get married.
I'll never ever get married without a prenup. I'll never ever have a baby without a fucking DNA test.
DNA test.
I don't care. All of y'all going for that, bozos, suckers getting manipulated.
But I think
all day.
I think some people are grimy. Some people are money hungry. And you know what I'm saying? It is. In that case, yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I can't say because I'm not here. I don't know Larsa. I don't know Scotty. I don't know. But I can understand her rationale behind it. That's all.
We need a notarized contract for all things, B. Fuck that. Y'all niggas is crazy. Free. Let's go. Quick NBA free agency. Are you feeling KP to Boston?
They lost Marcus Smart, so they're not gonna go with anything. He was the heart and soul of the team.
Get the fuck out of here! You dare! You can't. Marcus Smart is not that important.
You be Marcus Smart because he colored his hair.
He's not that
he colored his hair for his daughter. B. Have some respect.
He's some fucking hard work face ass nigga. He's not that important.
Porzingis,
he's too confident in the shot.
Better. He's gotten nicer. Porzingis has gotten nicer.
Okay,
I respect that. I like Derek White. You know what I mean?
Of course you do.
They're gonna be formidable. You know
they're going to the chip.
Do we like Bill to the Suns, or do they have more work to do?
The Suns have more work to do. They got a couple pieces. I don't want. They got to figure out what to do with Ayton. They got to figure out what to do with Ayton.
Pack him up.
Get some value for him.
Get some value for Ayton.
But I don't think Ayton is a championship winning center. He's scared of Jokic.
How you feel about the Warriors? Chris Paul coming off the bench. They got to pack. Somebody's got to get packed up.
Are they moving Steph to the 2? I don't know. I mean,
no, they should move Clay off the team.
Yo, the fact they traded Jordan Poole and not Clay or not anybody, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like,
Clay, you can go, bro.
Thanks,
but no thanks.
Jordan Poole got physically assaulted and traded off the team.
Yes.
Like, he was actually a good player. Yes. Like, he got violated. I feel sorry for him.
I do too. But you could tell mentally he wasn't there.
He got punched in his shit. Live action all over. They put it all over the world. Yes, everywhere he went. Hey, yo, remember Draymond punched you in your shit in front of everybody?
That video doesn't come out. Is this? You think he's still there?
Yeah,
for sure.
For sure. It's crazy that Draymond has built up the amount of clout, scoring 7 points, getting 8 rebounds and 7 assists, to where he could punch niggas in the face and still be Gucci.
But you're not gonna undermine Draymond points. Like clearly,
all this unseen fucking.
He's up, my nigga. A lot of dribble handoffs.
All this fucking unseen heart of the team, fucking nuances of the offense, face ass nigga.
Rookie of the year. Call it now.
Wemby.
Nah, them tall skinny niggas.
No, I mean I ain't gonna lie. If they trade Dame, it's gonna be Scoop.
Yeah.
If they trade Dame, it's gonna be Scoop. Because they're gonna let him run the ball. It's gonna be him and Anthony. They're gonna go crazy.
Green light. They might pack up Anthony too. Like, let me get somebody.
They overpaid him last year.
Yeah, they gotta get Wild Breeze. Like $130. Sure about that. Like I like Anthony. I'm all
He's cool.
He's cool.
He's okay.
Is he better than Maxey?
No, he's not.
Do you do Dame?
And he's way big. And he's smaller than Maxey. Maxey can't even guard the niggas Maxey can guard.
Okay, copy. Dame. So Dame to the Heat is what it's looking like. Dame to the Heat or Dame to the Sixers. Yeah.
Oh, we're gonna see.
Next said, yeah, we're not really sold on Paul George yet. Got a lot of injury history.
Make the trade.
Make the trade still. Be done.
Paul George, Jalen Brunson. Who they supposed to give up?
Niggas was like, we don't want to come off RJ.
Yo, Paul George, RJ, Jalen Brunson, trade Randall. Fuck him.
Back Randall. That's why I told niggas to get rid of Randall. Like his shit don't translate in the playoffs anyway.
Fuck him. Fuck him. Who's your team?
You got a sports
team?
Basketball team?
You got a basketball team? All right. Just making sure.
You just like to go to the games? Look cute?
No, I don't.
You don't even like to go to the games?
I mean, not that I wouldn't go, but it's not like on top of my list.
Have you? So you never been to an NBA game?
I have.
You enjoy yourself?
You didn't say she's fucking with millionaires and billionaires, my nigga?
Nah, I'm just saying.
Stop playing with her. Don't play with her.
You enjoyed yourself? At the basketball game?
I did.
Okay, you gotta look down. Don't be ashamed of it.
Oh,
Don't you
I'm
enjoyed the
laughing.
opulence?
Yeah.
I'm laughing.
Don't be ashamed.
Opulence,
I'm not
decadence.
ashamed.
You know what I mean? That's next to the president.
There you go.
My favorite address is in Drees.
Did you listen to Thugger's album? He just dropped.
Don't even get me started on this. We only got a little bit of time left. We're not gonna start on this. Not gonna see the
Don't get Koi drop. We'll just talk about the Koi Ray drop. Did she gonna get a spin? She gonna get one spin?
I'm not gonna listen to it, but I mean, I'm pretty sure the shorties will. I hope they do. I want Koi Ray to do great.
Me too. I want Koi to do good.
I'm here for Koi Ray. I'm cheering for her. I love Koi Ray. I love her vibe.
She just dropped R&B with nigga. Shout out to Ice Spice. That's my favorite.
I want Koi Ray to sell out for sure. Y'all already know how I feel about Thug. I want Thug to go to the moon, of course.
But nobody else on that label.
Huh?
But you don't want the other niggas on the label to go anywhere.
I mean, the other niggas on the label is love. It's only one nigga I want on a label. I'm not jacking. I'm not gonna listen to that.
Let's get into
our favorite segment.
Tell about the segment, Rick.
At We're All Set, we got a segment we call We're All Set, where we say what we not jacking, what we not feeling, what we want to pack up, at least for this week, what we not doing no more. Right? Mm-hmm. I want to start it.
I was gonna start it.
I want to start it because I got some shit to get off my chest.
All right, go ahead.
I'm all set on Rihanna.
Damn.
Rihanna just recently stepped down from the CEO at Fenty. She's still the owner. I respect it. But she hired a white woman to be the CEO of Fenty.
Oh, no.
She definitely went white woman.
The former CEO of Anthropology, I think it was.
Wow.
Either way, I don't give a fuck.
It's a business move, but dang.
People were chuckling like, oh, that's what's up. She stepped down, let a white woman do all the work. But there's plenty of capable black women that could have done that job.
Agreed.
Build up the community, Rihanna. I'm all set on you for that. I don't like you could have if you wanted to be a woman, you could have, bro. There's so many capable black women in corporate America that you could have gave that leg up to. I feel like I don't know what that was. And you try to do it real quietly too, no major announcement. I don't know that. I don't know. That would just seem, I don't know.
Rubs you the wrong way.
Clearly, you're being controlled. You got it. That was weak.
I'll go next.
Go next for you.
Look at the camera. I'm all set on Malika Andrews.
Oh man!
If you're not familiar with her,
now we seem a little women hatery, bro.
Huh?
You wasn't supposed to go women too. Now we seem like a woman hater podcast, bro.
I love black women. I'm all set on this particular one. She has a white husband anyway, so like, you're not really down with this. As soon as she got the opportunity, she couldn't wait to slander Brandon Miller. She brought up his like murder case and all that and character issues, and nobody had been talking about that for the last 2 weeks. I haven't heard anybody brought that up. He was like, they say he had nothing to do with it. Leave that shit alone. So there was no reason for you to like make it seem like he had like off the court issues. Like it was an incident. He was cleared. Leave it at that. But you know, Malika, she hates black men.
Oh shit!
She couldn't wait to slander him. As soon as his pick came up, shout to him. He got drafted by the Hornets. They should have took a scoop. They might have blew it. She brought up his infamous past, and I just think it was whack. So I'm all set on Malika Andrews. What about you? Anything you want to talk about? You all set on?
I'm not in the know enough to be all set on anybody.
It could be anything.
It could be a trend. It could be a movement. It could be.
You could be all set on niggas not going to therapy since you're the mental health.
I'm all set on men and women not going to therapy.
There we go.
Yes.
There we go.
There we go. Shout out to you. Thanks for coming.
Yay.
Good show. You already know. It was episode 132. We got into mental health and all that. Like,
we did.
We doing different shit, you heard?
Yes.
Like, comment, subscribe, all that good shit. Holla.